Hey, how's it going? This is Scott. I've been thinking a lot about love lately and relationships. And I can't help it. When I think about love and relationships, I obviously think a lot about the one that I am in a relationship with. My best friend, my wife, Cindy. I will never forget the very first time I laid eyes on her. It was in a church choir rehearsal almost 20 years ago. But man, I remember it because she walked in and she was wearing this soft, fuzzy pink sweater that I've always said was like out of a Jay Giles video. She was wearing these really tight blue jeans. And the best part was she was wearing leopard print boots. Oh yes, unless you think I'm making this up, we have saved those boots. That's them right there. I kid you not. She was wearing those shoes the first time I saw her, and it was like, wowza. She was so hot. I'm serious. And of course, she thought I was a goofball. I like tripped over my chair that I was sitting in, to stick out my hand and say, "Hi, I'm Scott Owens." Now, you weren't there, but if you were and you would have seen me, you would have thought, what a goofball. And you didn't think this, but had you questioned, I wonder what God is thinking about Scott in this moment. If I would have asked that question, what is God thinking of me as I'm like seeing her and having all these thoughts and feelings and, passion and attraction? For my entire adult life and certainly all my adolescence, I would have no doubt thought that God was looking at me saying, what a louse, how disgusting. And yet, as I have recently in my life begun to really study the ideas of love, especially the ones that God intends, the design that God has in mind for us, I've been real excited to find out that those feelings and those passions are actually feelings that God has placed within me and within you. They're part of God's ultimate design. Solomon talked about it in his book, The Song of Songs. Right in the very beginning, in the second verse of the first chapter, Solomon said, "Kiss me full on the mouth. Yes, for your love is better than wine." When Solomon uses the word love there, he's using an old Hebrew term called dowd. And dowd literally means to bring to a boil or to fondle. God's design, what God wants for every relationship that's getting going is believe it or not, the expression of dowd to take root and to take place. That sort of attraction is to be an initial sort of flame that gets going into a raging fire that becomes a long-lasting relationship. Now, understand, if dowd's all you've got, you don't have enough. You need to add to that. And we'll cover some of that in the days to come. But dowd is really important, God feels like. And even though it's usually the first thing to come, it's oftentimes the very first thing to go. Do you still have dowd? If you're involved in a long-term relationship, if you are hopefully pursuing love according to God's design, you have got to have fresh, passionate dowd. If you don't, you need to work at trying to bring it back. How does that happen? Well, all kinds of fun ways. Ladies, maybe you need to find the proverbial leopard print boots in your closet. Guys, have you been thinking about how you look? Maybe you need to exercise some. Make sure that your wife is able to look at you and still find you attractive. The important thing is you need to work at it. You need to take it seriously because God does. He wants you to have a love that's full and rich, and dowd is a big part of it. You've been pushed. I'll see you next time.